Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, on the sidelines as well. Today's game continues this Golden State Warriors homestand. This is their first chance to take a look at the Jazz this season. They lost the season series last year, winning 1 and losing 2.
And they dropped the season series to these guys a year ago. Not their proudest moment.
We know these two teams rack up the assists. Greg, they pride themselves on playing unselfish basketball.
Yeah, both sides preach player and ball movement, getting everyone involved. It makes both teams that much more difficult to defend. And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
Pass to Horford. And it's sent back by Kessler. Outside, Markkanen. Outside, George. Driving to the basket. Kessler wide open. He fires. And it's off from three-point range. Butler. Rebound, Utah. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Head coach Steve Kerr and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He told me when he was watching film of their opponent, what stood out was Lauri Markkanen's efficiency. Coach said Markkanen doesn't need high usage to be effective. He gets a lot of his points off of movement, and he brings versatility to this offense. Guys, back to you.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you.
You gotta like the vision for Markkanen. I mean, a big man who knows how to find the open man.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
It looked like a let-up from the team in the lead.
Markkanen can't get it to go.
Well, give the defender credit. Sometimes it's enough to force the miss.
Pass to Horford. Curry outside. Good on the three-point shot. Curry's got 5 now.
Curry is just lethal from outside.
In GA, we know Coach Steve Kerr has been up front. In order to win, the Warriors need to take and make a lot of threes.
Well, it's the superpower of their best player. And the arrival of Jimmy Butler has provided some balance, but threes are still their best bet.
Great footwork there by Curry, getting his body in a position to go up and finish inside.
Another miss by Utah.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Curry on the wing. No one near him. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. 9 points in the game so far.
Yeah, boy, has he dialed in perfect from the field this period.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Collier. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
Driving in. An easy 2 points on the layup. Curry's got 13.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And Horford wide open. He shoots. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And Jimmy Butler is what some might call an old-school kind of player. Would you agree, Greg?
Yeah, I mean, he's all toughness, grit, and basketball IQ. A tone setter at the defensive end who plays unselfishly. That guy is all about winning.
And Utah has possession. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Pass to Collier. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Offensive rebound. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Here's Curry. And he drops in the layup off the glass. He's got 15.
Well, his team is up, and he's a big reason why. And it's a little easier to shoot when you know you've got an advantage on the scoreboard.
Back to Nurkic. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And finished off by Nurkic.
And you can't allow Nurkic to get that kind of position. When you do, he is going to rattle that rim. Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
And now this offense feels like they can just do whatever they want.
First team foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Warriors.
The Jazz, 18.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Tons of points off penetration so far, guys. They're driving at will on the defense, just taking whatever they want.
And another thing that has really opened up the rest of the floor is their damage from the mid-range area.
Here's Markkanen. Takes it inside. And Markkanen with a slam.
And, boy, it's tough. Defensively, you want to be up on Markkanen to contest the jumper, but he can also put it on the floor and blow by you.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Kuminga. Pass to Jackson Davis. There's the pick. Fires for 3. Kessler with the rebound. And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent, it's also about timing.
Pass to Hendricks. Here's Markkanen. And Markkanen throws it down.
And how about the hops there by Markkanen? He knows not many guys can block that shot. Good at getting that deep post position. And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Left side, George. Here's Hendricks. He's got 5. And the shot is good.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle. Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of this comfort zone.
And George with this stuff.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
And you can see how it energizes the entire team.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Stolen by Markkanen. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that... About, I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Tim, embrace analytics more and more over time. That's something you caught on to early in your career.
Well, there is no doubt, Kevin, that they're starting to go more to the analytics. The eye test is really important when you look at just what makes good basketball. But the numbers sometimes can tell you things you didn't even realize as a coaching staff.
As a broadcaster, what numbers do you look at normally right off the top? What things are telltales for you?
One thing that I really look at as opposed to individual plus-minus, give me that group of 5 plus-minus. That way I know which units are really getting it done together.
Oh, I love that.
And how many times have we seen this play out? Curry just on a mission, unstoppable tonight.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Jazz trail by 4. Here's George. Al Horford with the rebound. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for Golden State. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. And that'll be the middle game of their 5 and their longest homestand of the year. Here's Butler. And there's Butler with the flush.
Yeah, Jimmy throwing it down. Wow, that was tough.
You know, Tim, they say you can't measure heart, but Jimmy Butler, he plays with a lot of heart. He is non-stop.
Well, you can talk about his skill level and IQ, but Kevin, what you love about Butler is his competitive will, and he saves his best for the postseason.
Butler attacks in transition.
And you have to admire how Jimmy Butler hustles, particularly when there's an opportunity in transition.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie Laporte.
Thanks. Jimmy Butler, quite the pairing with Steph Curry, and Steph said he's like the exact opposite player of me. He's dominating the paint, I'm dominating the perimeter. Butler said, I don't think I could be a better complement to him, and vice versa. They're not leaving him ever. I'm playing in so much space. Guys?
A terrific fit. Thank you, Allie. Pass to Moody. There's the triple. Kessler with the rebound. Jazz trail by 10. Here's Hendricks. Inside. Kessler with the bucket. Kessler's got 4 this quarter.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Can't cash in from close range. Pass to Green. From past the arc. A nice shot by Moody. Moody's got the lead up to 11 now for the Warriors.
Such an underappreciated passer. Draymond has set up more than a few 3 balls in his career.
A three-pointer is right on target.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
And when you give up a 3, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
And everything Butler does, he does with a bang, including those 2 points.
Now here's Curry. He gets it up. And so it's the Golden State Warriors going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Warriors leading by 10. Tim, some forget, prior to the success of Stephen Curry, the Warriors were not considered a top-tier franchise.
Well, before he arrived in 2009, this was one of the lowest all-time winning percentages. But they have built a dynasty, and they are now considered one of the most valuable franchises in all of sports.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Curry making it look so easy.
Yeah, at this point, we're shocked if Steph even misses one of those.
Pass to Kessler. And Kessler throws it down.
In that height, with that much of an advantage height-wise, it's just not a lot the defense can do. And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Now George. And Moody pulls it down. Warriors leading by 11. Outside Butler. Back to Horford. And the dunk by Horford.
Coming off the screen, Butler draws attention to himself and then makes a great pass.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. And here's George. He has 6. And he gets it back. The Warriors pull it in.
And at this point, the defense is daring him to shoot.
Green. Excellent D there from Markkanen. On the wing, George. Kessler the screen. looking to end its cold spell. Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Bailey. The Jazz with another miss.
That's great shot selection, just poor execution. If you're going to take those mid-range shots, you've got to knock them down.
And down in the corners, Butler can be dangerous. He's pretty comfortable with that shot.
Back to Kessler. To end the run, Horford with the rebound.
Well, he wanted to answer that three with one of his own. Unfortunately, he couldn't knock it down.
Antoni's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement. Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Okay, I see ya. That's your point guard getting up.
Pass to Bailey. To the inside. George double-teamed. Kessler in the post. A second chance effort. And the layup is good. Kessler's got 4 points in the quarter.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table. On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Jazz trailed by 16. Tim is one of the most accurate three-point shooters this league has ever seen. Give us your top shooters in the game today.
Yeah, it's funny because you always say, well, obviously Steph, so it's almost like any conversation puts him in a different category. I obviously agree with that. I look at a guy like Damian Lillard with that unlimited range and his ability to pull up from anywhere. Even a guy like Trae Young, I would put into that category because of the range, Kevin. It just extends defenses so far.
What a list. Kuminga goes in.
Wow, that is just a burst from Kuminga. He can get wherever he wants to in a hurry.
Here's the teardrop. It's deflected.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
In this league, you run whenever you can. It's so much easier to score in transition.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court. But when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside.
Here's Post. And the three off target.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight. Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Outside, Kuminga. Great D that time from Nurkic. And he drives in. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
He is just trying to make an impact by disrupting their rhythm.
Here's Sensabaugh. Nothing on the board.
Gotta knock down that shot. When you don't, you're letting the defense off the hook.
Outside, Kuminga. Wow. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome.
61.
Warriors.
The Jazz. 47.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. There's the steal. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. There's a good screen. Back to post. Shot clock at 6. And Kuminga gets it to go. And the Warriors lead by 16.
Yeah, Kuminga's confidence is growing down there. Now when he gets the ball inside, he's actually looking to capitalize.
Markkanen down low. Can't hit the short-range fadeaway. Warriors leading by 16. They get it back. There's the killer two-handed slam.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Well, defensively, you've got to put a body on him. That guy will ruin you on the offensive glass.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And that one drops for him. Jackson Davis has got 4 this quarter.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent. They will take that shot every time down the floor if they could. It's just great execution.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
Bailey misses. Warriors leading by 16. And Curry, here we go. Yep, it counts. Curry's got 24 points.
I mean, he is so lethal on the drive. Once Curry knifes inside, there's little you can do to stop him.
And the layup falls. Curry's got 9 points now in just the second half.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Outside, George. GA, in recent seasons, we've seen the MVP debate get a little contentious.
I mean, every year there's about 3 or 4 guys who are deserving of the award. And the closer the race is, I think the more heated things tend to get. So especially since the criteria for the award is so subjective.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Warriors.
They're looking to attack in transition every time down the floor, just wearing the defense thin at this point.
And they also deserve a lot of credit for getting points off turnovers. Their hustle has allowed them to take advantage of those opportunities.
Bailey with the ball. To halt the run. Here's Kessler. And Kessler throws it down.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Well, you see this all too often. The effort has to be there first.
It's Curry outside. It's good from long range. Curry's got 7 now in this quarter.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
They have found a weakness in the defense, and it's on their ability to defend the three-point line.
Here's Butler. That's tipped. Now George. With the drive. Outside, Markkanen. It's stolen by Green. And it's Green with the jam.
And defenses don't normally think of Draymond as a scorer. And that mentality allows him sometimes to take it straight to the hoop.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. Inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, he gives up a few inches for most of his matchups, but his ability to rise above always gives him a chance.
Here's Bailey, and the rebound goes to the Warriors.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Pass to Horford. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Warriors.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Stephen Curry.
Really impressive what he did tonight. Total control of the offense, dropping dimes. They're going to look for him to lead the way again tonight.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it?
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
What a great performance. They have given the fans their money's worth.
So we see the Warriors taking the game.